Okay, let's move on to the crisis at the border. The Senate passing that $1.7 trillion omnibus spending bill yesterday. It moves to the House. If they don't pass it today, we could see a shutdown at 12:01 a.m. tonight. $45 billion for Ukraine, zero for border security. For more on what this means, let's welcome in senior law enforcement analyst and former CBP Commissioner and Heritage Foundation visiting fellow Mark Morgan back with us. Mark, happy Christmas Eve to you, my friend. Good to see you. What do you make of that? What do you make of the fact that there is nothing, not a dollar in there to address border security?
We are fully in the midst of insanity, Rob. Look, you just talked about it. This is one of the largest spending bills that we've seen in our lifetime. We've got another $40 billion going to Ukraine. And here's another kicker in the 4,000 plus pages of this bill that a lot of Americans don't understand. There's actually U.S. taxpayers funding in there for other countries to secure their borders. But the money spent and given to DHS, which is a sizable increase, the bill actually specifically says the money cannot be spent to secure our border, that the money can only be spent to further process illegal aliens and release them in the interior United States. This is unconscionable. There were 18 Republican senators that voted for this, and they should be called out. And I'm going to call out one right here, Senator Cornyn. He is from the great state of Texas. Look, every state we know is a border state, but for God's sakes, Texas literally getting overrun every single day. The governor of Texas has declared an invasion under the Constitution, and their own senator voted for a bill that will not allow money to be spent to secure the border.
Okay, we know this is a national security threat. We've got about a minute left, Mark. I got two questions I want to get to. Are we blowing Title 42 out of proportion? The way I see it right now, the border is the worst it's ever been when it comes to illegal crossings in a 2-year period. We had 1.2 million gotaways in 2022 alone. 98 people were apprehended in 2022 that are on the terrorist watch list. How much worse can it get?
Yeah, Rob, you're right. I think we are blowing Title 42 out of place because everything you just stated, couldn't have done it better myself, that has been with Title 42 in place. We're already in the worst unmitigated self-inflicted crisis on our southern border we've seen in a lifetime. It's not going to start with the end of Title 42. When Title 42 ends, it's just going to make it worse.
Yeah, 19 degrees, by the way, Mark, right now in El Paso, Texas. Thousands of migrants are standing outside on both sides of the border. Not a good situation. 19 degrees down there. Mark, have a great Christmas. We'll pick this back up again next week. Thank you.
You too. Merry Christmas.
You too.
No crooked establishment.
None of that
twisting the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.